Feels like love, Cupid made a shot.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe. So today we have Madame Glam's builder gel. We have 6 of their builder gels. I thought we would go ahead and give them a swatch. I'm so excited for these. So I do want to do a bit of an extension on my non-dominant hand. I already went and prepped them. That's why they're looking very white and kind of ready to go. So I did get that out of the way, but I thought I would show you guys a unique way to do a short extension on your hand using these builder gels. But first things first, let's go ahead and give these a nice little swatch. So this is rose pink. I do find this gives me a little bit of like a purple vibe, but it's like a pinky purple vibe. So I've decided just to swatch underneath for these builders, and I will show you working with them and the consistency of that. But I do find my studio this day, in all truth, was very, very hot. So these are a little bit looser than I think they are on a regular. Working with them a little bit later, they are a little bit stiffer. So it's not a very stiff product, but it's not also a very loose product. It's actually like a perfect consistency. Oh, and I'm just loving this color. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to do 2 coats. Look at that. It is so easy to work with. It's so nice. And I'm using the Madame Glam application brush. Oh, look at this beautiful color. I love it. So because I'm swatching underneath just to see the colors, I'm going to make sure that I go up in my side walls. If you're doing this on a regular person or a nail, you obviously would not be having to do it this way. This is more just for swatch purpose only, just so we can see the colors. I'm not really showing you how to build out a nail or anything like that, but I will show you in a little bit. I do use the product on myself, and I will be building a slight extension with these. Look at this baby pink. It is so pretty. Oh, it's like the perfect light pink color. How it goes on. It looks very vibrant in the pot, but when you lay it, it just has this beautiful, slight little pinkiness. I'm obsessed with these. I love them. I am so excited to see builders in a pot. I love the little pots. I'm just obsessed. I want them all now. I've already went and I purchased the clear, and I think I'm going to have to go back and get the other 2 that they have, just because I want the full collection now. I just want them all. And if you're interested in purchasing these builder gels, you can go to madameglam.com and you can use my discount code. It'll pop up, and it'll also be in the description down below to save yourself 30% off. I think they're so beautiful, and it's going to be great for natural nail overlays. They are very strong. Now doing this voiceover, I've already removed this on my right hand, and very easily removed. It does soak off beautifully, but when I was snipping them off, the little bit of extension I did, even though they were a little thicker, oh my god, look at this purple. It is so pretty. It's like a light purple. Gorgeous. Yeah, so you see it went on my side there a little bit. Again, my studio is really, really hot this day. The weather's been so crazy. It's been like 35 and up like every day. So, and my studio is right by big windows, so it's been warm. Okay, so now we have a light purple. Look at this. Oh my god, I love this one. Oh, that's one of my favorites as well. This and the shimmering nude, I think, is like one of my faves. Oh, they're all my favorite. I love them all. They're just so pretty. They're so pretty. Okay, so back to talking about removing the product. So yes, when I was removing them, they were thickums. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even in the end, you'll see they're a little thick. But I think it was just because I was trying to do this little technique that you're gonna see, which is super fun. And I think once you practice it a few times, it could be way easier. And I think I just actually overbuilt my nail, and that happens. But anyways, they did last a few days, but I just did it for this video, and I think I've just come to realize that I'm just not into short square nails that much, but I did like the way that they looked. They were super cute. I love the color, but now I'm ready for some long nails. So I did remove them and wanted to see how they removed as well. So when I removed them, they were nice and strong. They were thick. Again, I did a little thickums, but when I was cutting it, I could feel that they could hold. So this builder gel over a natural nail, I think even a slight extension will be amazing. It's going to give you the longevity. It's going to protect your nail underneath, and it does soak off. It soaks off in acetone. I still recommend you filing it down to a thin layer and then soaking it off that way. Oh my god, this is like my favorite color. This is a color we're going to use today. And the glitters do have a slight thicker of a consistency, and that is because they're packed full of these nice beautiful shimmer glitters. I'm just loving them. So yes, it is a soak off product, so you will not have to worry about filing it all the way down to your natural nail to file it off. It's a builder and it's a soak off, and it does soak off beautifully in acetone. I removed them all on my right hand because I did want to be able to tell you guys also in this video of how they soak off, because some builders, they say they're soak offs, but then when you get in there, you're soaking your fingers for how many freaking minutes in acetone and nothing's coming off. I put soak off wraps on my fingers, and within 10 minutes they're already scraping off my natural nail. So this is a beautiful product for a natural nail overlay. Oh my god, look at this shimmer white. I think I want to really put this on my toes. I know you heard me right, on my toes. I love like a milky white on my toes. I don't know, I just think it looks so cute. But this is this one. It has a beautiful shimmer in it. Oh my god, look at it. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what they all look like quickly together, as well as a gloss and a matte top coat as well. Okay, so we have the nude shimmer, and then if you wanted it matte, which, oh, I think that's so pretty. Like a silver glitter vibe in it. Love that one. One of my faves. I love the nudes. This one's so pretty too. Honestly, I don't know. I like the whole collection. I think they're so subtle and they're just colors that you just can't go wrong with. And then matte side, if you wanted to see how that looks. Oh, so pretty. And the white, which I think is going to be great for Christmas time. But oh, even though, like, honestly, I like a builder or a poly or even like a rubber base. I use a lot of rubber base on my toes. But I'm wondering if I would like this builder gel on my toes. I like a white toe. Okay, and then the light purple. We have the light purple there. And if you wanted it matte, super pretty. And then our shimmers. Again there. So pretty. Last but not least are a rose pink, which is such a bright, beautiful pink color. Almost a little purpley, but it's so pretty. To me, I get like a smidge of purple, like a purpley pink. Oh, really, really beautiful. Love them. Thank you so much, Madam Glam. I was eyeing these and I literally almost bought them. So thank you so much for sending them to me. I truly appreciate you. Okay, so I thought what we would do today is I thought I would show you how to do a quick extension, just a small extension on your hand. I'm going to use my non-dominant hand today. That's always a little bit trickier. Now you can grab a regular nail tips for this. Because these pots are pretty small, they're 15 grams, so they're not the biggest, I'm not going to lie to you. So I wouldn't recommend trying to do huge long extensions with them. You're just not going to have that much product, but these are, I think, are going to be great. Oh, I can't talk. I believe these are going to be beautiful for over natural nails and if you want a slight extension. So that's what I'm going to show you today, a slight extension over a natural nail. But you could use a tip. I would recommend a more of a nail tip this size. So this way, like, you could get that length all day long. And you'd have plenty of product value. So you could use a nail tip this size. But I thought I would show you how to do an extension without using forms, without using nail tips, kind of like using a mold in a sense. I'm going to use these nail tips here that are quite long. I'm going to have to size my hand up, but they are quite large. But they're a little bit of C-curve, and I actually don't want too much of a C-curve, so I've just bent it out, and that's why you see that white thing, and I'm fine with that. I'm not using that tip anyways, but I actually did want no C-curve for what I'm going to show you how to do today. So I'm just going to go ahead and get our right hand, and then I'm just going to size myself up. Now you want to go from sidewall to sidewall. Okay, sidewall to sidewall. It's a little big. That'll work for that middle nail. Okay. So now that I got my nail sizes that I'm gonna need, I'm gonna want to just flatten them out a little. Oops, don't break it. Okay. Now you're gonna want to get a flash cure light. I like the Melody Susie one. Just a handheld, or not a handheld, sorry, handless. Like, I don't want to, I need to have both my hands, so any like Gel-X good light. Your big lights are not going to work very well for this, so getting a light like this is the Melody Susie 2-in-1. Mine's dirty, don't mind her. This color today, but you want to get a primer, so we're going to use the non-acid primer and just a dehydrator as well. So I've already prepped my nails. I'm just going to go ahead and give them a dehydrate, a primer, and a base coat. Okay, so now we have our base coat on. We're gonna go ahead and take our nail tip. Again, we flatten it out, grab our gel. Now we're just gonna put it on the inside of our well. Now you don't want this too thick, but you want it to reach all your edges. And then you want to pull it down as long as you would want it to go. Now remember, I don't really recommend this with a very long nail. This is more just for shorter nail extensions. You want to get an even layer on both sides. Okay. Now this important part, let's get our light, get it ready. Set it on your nail, little pressure, put it under the light. I think I messed that up. And then put in your light for a full cure. Now I'm gonna try that again. I'm not gonna lie, I've never done this before, but I've seen it done, and I seen it on, like, I can't remember now. That's actually what annoys me, is I can't remember who I seen it from, but it was on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something, and that's what they did. They just put a little bit of gel in there and then stuck it on their nail. Now I could tell I went up way too far. I messed that up, but that's basically how we're gonna do it. But we're gonna do it again because that was definitely not that good. Probably by the last nail we'll get the hang of it. But I think the key is really not to move your finger. Like, I move my finger up, or the nail part up, and I could tell it's way too high up. That's not where we were supposed to start it. So let's try it again. A thin, even amount, because we will have to go and build this nail up. This looks like it might be better, actually. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put my light right over me. Okay, so let's try this. There, no light, don't move. You want to make sure that that's fully cured top to bottom before you take off that nail. Okay, so that one's way better. We have a little bit of extension again, and we're not flooded underneath as we kind of flooded that one. We have way too much pressure. So that's perfect. A little bit longer than we did everybody else, but okay, cool. So this nail we're going to skip for a minute, and then we're going to go to this nail here. I'm going to have to build that nail up a little, so I feel like we'll do that after. So less is more, I'm feeling. So less is more. We don't want a lot. Bring it down. Yeah, awesome. And then I'm just gonna also keep these too, right? For next time I want to do this little trick. I think this is so good for people who just want a slight extension and just doesn't want the whole hassle of like the big tips, the tips grow out, you know? you just want just the gel and you're not good with forms, I feel like this is a good way to kind of sculpt a nail. You make your own tip. And that's all these are. These are just nail tips. But I feel like you could probably use, maybe not a dual form, unless you had a dual form tip. Whew, okay, so there we go. Let's get this off. We have our little molds. Keep them. We'll clean them off later. Okay, so here we go. That is what they're looking like. Now, the first one always comes out wonky, I feel, but these ones are not too bad. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build over them and just extend them out. So now I'm going to start by just laying my gel down. I do recommend you doing a slip layer. I don't know why I did not do that. Usually that is just a slight thin layer of gel going all over your nail, because gel does like to stick where gel has been. But I do recommend doing that prior to doing this. So I'm just going to build out each of my nails. I take a pretty decent amount and I just work my gel down, just kind of walk it out, do a little walkout dance with it. And that is how I'm going to do these. Now, because I've done these extensions a little different, like I've never tried this before. I don't know why I do that. I do that often. I want to try stuff and I'm like, well, let's just record trying it. But it's fun to me and it keeps it interesting. So I'm going to just walk it out to the length of these nails. But in the end, I do go ahead and kind of cut them down a little bit, and I think that's where I kind of wasted some of my product and how they got a bit thicker, because I was putting it thicker in the middle and then I brought them down way shorter than I needed to. But they were so thin that I thought if I were to shape them at this stage, I thought maybe they would just kind of break off. So I didn't want to shape them at that stage. That was my thought, at least. Maybe I should have tried to cut them down a little bit more, and then I wouldn't have wasted so much product. So I do recommend trying to get your mold kind of as short as you want it to go, and I think that will help out. If not, maybe try to nip it down a little bit, so you're not wasting any product. But either way, I just want to walk it out to the end of the nail. Make sure you're getting yourself a nice little apex in your back third. With this, that I do believe now, looking back, I did go a little bit thicker, so maybe don't use this as an exact example of how to do it. Just try to take what you can from it. But I also like to grab a toothpick because it's very thin and pointy, and just get really deep in your sidewalls. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get in there without touching your sidewalls, so I find a toothpick actually helps really well to go in and around that cuticle area and sidewalls as well.
Let your body flow. Listen to the river. It's better than radio. You won't fall even when you're up high. Growing up can be so hard. It's gonna be alright tonight. We're gonna kill it today. Get lost in the music. Get lost in the neon lights. Pick up your gun and fire away. Get lost in the music. Get lost in the neon lights. A little bit old, aching hearts with the rain flowers.
Okay guys, so here they are. We're just going to go ahead, going to give it a quick top coat. Let's talk a little bit about that process. Now, was that the easiest way to put a little extension on your nails? No, of course not, but I wanted to test some things out and experiment with you guys. And I thought that was super fun. Oh my god, look at that shine. It's definitely a fun way. I think that's going to take a little bit more practice for me not to waste as much gel as I did. I definitely wasted gel trying to do it that way. Is my first time, but honestly, I don't care, and I had so much fun doing it, and I think it's such a cool way to be able to get an extension without a tip. I actually really enjoy that, as well as I want to see if I can grow my nails out a little bit on my non-dominant hand, so I think just having them on there, not have to worry about a tip growing out with it, and just cutting it down as I go. I don't know, I love that idea, so I'm going to see how long I could do that. I'm a very much change my nails up type of girl, so I don't know if I'll ever really be able to let my natural nail grow out, at least on my right hand. For sure not on my left hand. I use that too much in demonstrations. But I look at that color though. I'm honestly, next time I do a Madam Glam run, I'm gonna throw another one of the shimmering nudes in my basket, because I used about half of it doing this. Actually, well, no, it wouldn't be about half, but I used quite a bit. And I think this, overall, my personal opinion, I think this is going to be great for a natural nail overlay. Like I said, you don't have to do as long of extension as I did. That's pretty long for these size of pots, but you definitely can if it's a natural nail, because then you wouldn't have to, you're not actually putting as much as I did, like the experimenting part. That's where I wasted some of the product, I'm not gonna lie. But if you test and try that out a few times, I think it could be such a cool way. If you have a broken nail, if you have, like, say all the other nails are just a little bit longer and you want one to be a little extension, but you just don't want to go the tip way, like putting a tip on it, I think that could be a great way to fix that and extend it. It's actually really fun. I think it could be really cool. But me trying it my first time in a video, was that the smartest? Probably not, but was it fun? Yes, ma'am, it was. So it was worth it. Okay. So we're just going to put that in the light, put a little cuticle oil, and we'll be good to go. Oh, look at that color though. Oh gosh, those are so gorgeous. I love that shimmer nude. Such a pretty, that's definitely my favorite, but I love the white too. Oh, the lavender is really nice on my skin tone. I really like the way that that looked on my skin tone, but I don't know, like, look at that pink too. Is that just the rose pink? Yeah, the rose pink is like it gives me like a little bit of a purpley vibe. And then the shimmer pink, oh, that's like a really bright pink. There's my fingers in your way. And there. Where's the white? I have the white one. Oh, that's the lilac purple. That's why it looked purple. Where are you? Wrong way. That's the light purple, and then that's the rose pink. See, I looked a little bit lighter. That's so pretty though. I love them all. I think they're so pretty. Cuticle oil. We're going to use this beautiful cuticle oil for Crystal Aroma Lounge. Oh my god. And I know this is holiday berry, but it smells divine. It is legit my favorite scent so far that I've gotten from her. I'm really enjoying her cuticle oil. And her lip chaps, oh my god, guys, if you check her out, grab her lip chaps. They're amazing. I feel like they're all cocoa butter based, and they just keep you so hydrated. Oh, I'm a lip chap girl. So definitely go check her out. I'll link her her store for her cuticle oils in the description below. And there we are. What do you guys think? Besides the couple cuts, and if it's not shaped well, that's a me thing, guys. That's not, sorry. But I like them. I think it's such a beautiful color, and it'd be great, like a little extension. That looks really nice on my skin tone. I know it looks I look weird in the camera, but I really like that color on my skin tone. It's really pretty. Oh my god, I love. Thank you so much, Madam Glam. That was the most beautiful surprise ever. I did not know I was getting these. They just showed up one day, and I'm so blessed and honored. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.